morning, everyone. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to do a practice that we practice inside of prison, so I'm going to do a little quick body scan. Right now, in this moment, my feet are a little sweaty, my knees a little wobbly, my stomach feels a little gurgly and a little tight. My heart is racing really fast, so loud that I probably won't be able to read my notes because somehow it impairs my vision. My chest feels like it's just going to bust out of my shirt. My throat, before coming up here, I thought I was going to throw up. And it feels really tight. If you know chakras, in this chakra zone, I'm acknowledging that there's some grief that I'm still holding on to, and so it's reminding me of my childhood when I wasn't allowed to speak, and that my voice wasn't good enough or wasn't allowed, and so it's reminding me of that, which leads to my head. There's a lot of thoughts that are spinning around. What if they don't like me? What if I say something wrong? What if I don't do good enough?
Thank you.
Oh. Appreciate you. And these narratives are tied, they're tethered to a childhood where I experienced deep trauma, and where I still live with the residuals of those experiences and of those untruths about who I was as a child, and about who I am today, especially as a formerly incarcerated person. My name is Michael Neslon. I'm the Executive Director of C.A.T, also a co-founder. At the age of 15, I committed a horrible crime, one that I pled guilty to and received 25 years to life in the adult prison system. Throughout 8 different prisons throughout California, I spent a little over 20 years inside. The last 2 years right off of Highway 1 here in San Luis Obispo in the California Men's Colony, where I just have to say, this isn't part of the spiel, but I trained the best service dog named Eddie through the New Life Canines program, and my dog today is his niece. After my release in 2018, again after 20 years, I was released for the first time as an adult into this world. My transition led me to San Francisco, and if you know, in the middle of the Tenderloin District, it wasn't the best place to transition. I was commuting here for 15 months every weekend to be in the prison where I volunteered immediately after my release. And every time that I came here to SLO, I was met with warmth. I was met with really kind people, and I just want to give a shout out to Pat and Suzanne, who were the original owners of Top Dog and the Morro Bay Coffee Shop, who really embraced me. People waved at me when I would drive through the streets of Morro Bay and San Luis Obispo. I could breathe here. I could regulate my emotions, a skill that I learned while in prison. I felt free here. The rock from Morro Bay would call to me, the medicine of the land, the medicine of the kindness here of the people. Community is what really helped me become successful in my reentry as somebody who was formerly incarcerated. In reentry, we talk a lot about where we're going to find housing, what's going to be our job, all that kind of stuff. But what I really needed was a place like San Luis Obispo, a deep sense of community and a belief that I belonged, and a space to challenge those untrue narratives from my childhood. The people that we serve at the California Men's Colony and now at the Women's Prison near Fresno are all youth serving life sentences. So they committed their crimes as youth. We call them youth offenders in California. At my time, we call them juvenile lifers. And we help them discover the same things about themselves, the untrue narratives about who they were, who they are in this world, what led them to commit their crimes, and what do they need in order to resolve their pasts and be present in the present, and then provide them with new tools and concepts moving forward. Why do we support incarcerated people? Because like me, I will be your neighbor. And the question is, what kind of neighbor would you like me to be? Would you like me to be the 15-year-old that believed, as a boy, the way that I resolve conflict is to either go into my fight or flight response, with violence, with not speaking my truth, being conditioned to overly identify with anger, as opposed to telling my truth and feeling sadness and grief? How would you like me as your neighbor? And so I asked that question because on Highway 1, we have almost 4,000 incarcerated people from the juvenile hall, the county jail, and the prison that are very much a part of our community. We just can't see them. but one day they will be here. There are a number of us here living in this very amazing, beautiful community here in San Luis Obispo. And so we invite you to get to know us, to learn about the work that we do. There are a pamphlet, and we have an upcoming event on May 10th, Slow Connected. It really speaks to my personal experience of feeling really connected in this county and the power that this community has exemplified for me and what it really means to be supportive and kind and warm and all the things that I've mentioned here. And so we have that event coming up, and then I just lost all my words. So I'm going to thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning.